Hey there folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we are making a Fideuá, which is basically a paella with pasta instead of rice. It's my daughter's birthday. I asked her what she wanted for lunch and this is what she asked for, so how could I refuse? And because the recipe's got quite a few steps, rather than just writing about it in the description, I thought I'd try out a voiceover. Something I've never done before, but I thought I'd just get stuck in. So we've kicked things off by getting the fire going. And now we're going to get some water on the boil to cook our shellfish and also to start creating some of our stock. We're going in here with some mussels. Once they've opened up, they're cooked, so we're going to remove them from the water and set them to one side for later. And now we're going in with some prawns. While the prawns are cooking, we're going to split the mussel shells in two, and we're going to keep the part of the shell which has got the meat or the mussel in it, and we're going to use those for decorating later on. Prawns are looking pretty good, so we're going to remove them from the boiling stock. The next step here is to remove the heads from the prawns and set them to one side. The prawn bodies we're going to put with the mussels there and save them for decorating at the end as well. And the prawn heads are going back into the stock to carry on infusing. What we've got here is a little packet of colouring. It's a saffron based seasoning basically, and it gives it that lovely yellow colour, the sort of traditional colour you expect from a paella or fideuá. The stock is now looking pretty good, so we're going to drain it. And then we're just going to squeeze every little bit of the juice out of those prawns there, get all that flavour into the stock. And then you can see it's got that lovely colour. So that's all the boiling and stewing and stock preparation done. So we're going to ditch the small stand and go in with the big one. And now it's time to get the fire stoked up again, because we're going to start doing some intense frying and meat prep. We're going to kick things off with a little bit of olive oil. And now we're going in with some pork rib. This is pork rib sort of chopped down into smaller chunks, but it's on the bone. And now we're going in with some more pork rib, but this is Iberico pork rib, so it's from a particularly tasty pig, and this should give some really good flavour. You can just look at the fat there, amazing. So the aim here is to try and get everything nice and brown on all sides and nice and crispy. A little splash of water will help that pork fat render down and become extra crispy. They're looking pretty good now, so we're going to whip them out and set them aside for later. And now we're going in with some rabbit. This was a full rabbit, and I got the butcher just to chop it up into sort of mouth-sized chunks, similar size to the pork. Once the rabbit's nice and crispy, it's got a nice bit of colour, we're going to go back in with the pork. While the pork's cooking, we're going to prepare a sofrito. A sofrito is basically the base of the stock, the starting point, if you like, of the process. And I'm going to start off by chopping up this onion. We'll get it blitzed up with the manual food processor. No lecky in the camp, I'm afraid. And now you can see there how good a job that little hand blender does actually. Nice and fine chopped. And now we're moving on to a green pepper. Once the seeds are out, it can get ripped up and popped into the little mini food processor. And now the last part of the sofrito is a nice big salad tomato, and we are just going to peel it and quarter it and get it blitzed up as well. I like to keep my tomato separate from my pepper and my onion, just because I like to cook my onion and my pepper for a little bit longer than the tomato. The meat is looking great, so we're going to remove that now. In we go with the peppers and the onions. A quick stir for a nice and even cook. And then after a few minutes, in with the tomatoes. Combine that all well. And then again a splash of water just to help things along. The sofrito is well on its way, so we can go back in with the meat now. And again, get it all nice and combined, get all those flavours mixed up together. And to help get things infusing, we're going to go in with a little bit of chicken stock. And now what we've got here is a little bit of an issue if you don't get your paella dish set up correctly. You can see here this dry area, as you can see there, I'm pointing it out. All the liquid is there at the other end. Basically, this paella dish isn't level. That needs sorting, because if the liquid or the stock isn't perfectly distributed around the pan, then the pasta will cook unevenly. A couple of whacks with a hammer normally gets the job done. Quick test, see if that's improved things. And if in doubt, repeat. Looks pretty good, so quick stir and we'll move on. And we'll just let the stock reduce. Now we're going to go in with some squid rings. Quick stir again, get everything combined. And now we're ready to go back in with that stock that we prepared earlier on. And just look at that colour. Fantastic. Now with everything combined, we're pretty much ready to go in with the pasta, or the Fideuá. There's 14 of us for lunch, so we're going in with 3 bags, 500 grams each, of the Fideuá. And now we're going to get it all nice and stirred up. Make sure all the Fideuá is underneath the water line so it can absorb some of that stock. And now we'll let it just do its thing. And now the Fideuá is nearly cooked through. We're going to go back in with the prawns and mussels and have a little bit of decoration. In this part here, it's my favourite part really. You can be as artistic as you like. And there we have it. Looking pretty good. Let's hope it tastes as good as it looks. Fingers crossed, it's perfect for the birthday girl.